So Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is directed by Emma Tammy, and we start out going back about 20, 30 years, about 20 years, at the original restaurant that's never mentioned in the first film, and somehow none of our main characters know about it. I actually kind of like this intro. I was a bit annoyed with how the adults were acting. So you've got this little girl, she's running around, she sees something problematic, she tries to get any adult's attention, and it annoyed me immediately that there's not a single adult that was like, come on, what you doing? What's going on? Because there would be, even in the 80s, there would be a Karen lingering in the background, ready to enact some form of vengeance. You know what I mean? But and she sees something horrific going on. She goes to try and stop it. She dies in the process, and all the adults see her die, knife wounds in the back. She gets Swiss cheesed quite immensely. This is what starts the problems for the film because from this moment on, you've got paper clippings, news articles explaining what happened, and she's somehow the problem. And that sets up where the entire film goes because after this, it's plot hole, plot hole, plot hole. Even down to the timings and days not making any sense. So there's a moment, I'm going to do loose light spoilers, where I think it's in the trailer where she takes Chica to a science fair, and then the science teacher's there. You see him in the trailer, and then so he walks out back because he needs to be killed. Obviously, horror film, and he's like on the phone. Yeah, I'm just leaving now. But he's spent all of his scenes up until now talking about how important this is to the school, and yet he's leaving halfway through. And then it's day, it's night. There's a moment where a bad guy gets tackled, and in the context of the film, you're like, oh yeah, cool. But when you actually think about it, you're like, the dude that did the tackling didn't know he was a bad guy. He just saw someone running away and just thought, I'm going to tackle this bitch. There's a lot of the marionette is the effect in and around the marionette's really good, but the reasoning for her being in this film makes little to no sense. Skeet Ulrich is in this with almost nothing to do and almost no screen time. I wanted to like this film, and there were moments where I was watching this thinking, I don't understand why this is getting all the hate it's getting. But then 6 hours in, I thought, no, I get it now. It's far too long. It's not very well thought out. Nobody makes a single good decision in this entire film. And then we end with a very, very quick, it's gotta be done, gotta be done, gotta be done. Like really quick wrap up, only to then try and shoehorn in a third installment. And I feel like The Strangers 2 just did that. And I would like to see a horror film scale back, pull back on trying to expand this big world, tell a contained story in itself, and if the narrative fits and it's enjoyable, do a story afterwards. But I'll be honest, I came out of this, I'm going 1 out of 5 on this one. It's just not for me. It's not looking good as we close out this year of films. We started strong. This last few not doing it for me. Anyway, guys, I shall see you in the next one. Before I go, if you've made it this far, don't forget you can buy my books on any place that sells books. So have at it. Merry Christmas. Take care, guys.